Recording. All right, what's up, everybody? We're back. He said, she said. I almost said my whole podcast name. What the heck am I thinking? With Scoob and Tatiana, what's going on? The 10-minute podcast kick you in, get you rocking and rolling. What's up?
So it's 10:45, just so we know.
Oh yeah, I always forget about that. I totally always forget about that.
If these guys only knew how much technical stuff and timing and everything we're going through, and how hard we try, and then find 10 minutes, and then have all the electronical stuff working, and the whole world needs to really be all together to find 10 minutes in a day, right? It's incredible.
Isn't it crazy? Like you start to think about it, you're like, let's just do a 10-minute podcast, which I think is a brilliant idea. And it becomes hard to try to even do it 10 minutes. You're like, are you kidding me? Like, it's 10 minit's. We just had some techno difficulties that were like insane, but hey, here we are.
So it's like, it's really, but really, like, let's think about it. It's two of you. You're motivated. I'm motivated. We are both like, 10 minutes, we can do it. And then just like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days go by, and there is no way to make it happen.
I know.
But it's cool, it's cool because I believe sometimes people need to distinguish, or we need to distinguish what we truly want to do and follow through anyway. And sometimes we need to distinguish, like, it's not working and let's just leave it, right?
Yes.
So I think this is really good. Like, I don't know about you, but for me, I feel this is the right thing to do. So I don't mind
me too.
All these troubles.
Me too. I agree with you 100%. This feels right. It has to feel right to me. And there's been troubles, but it's not troubles to where I want to give up at all. I mean, me and you committed to 30 days every day to do this. And that didn't happen exactly because some of the difficulties, but that's all right. That's all right. And that's how life works sometimes. But if you feel it and you love it and it's in your heart, you should come back. And maybe the 30 days don't happen right like you wanted them to, but you can come back and make them 30 days happen. We're going to make these 30 days happen. This started off as an idea between me and you to document something in this world right now. You have the opportunity to document something every day that could live forever in the World Wide Web, right? This thing's never going away. So, and that was kind of one of our things, to have this document our thoughts and our process in a 10-minute format that we have forever.
Absolutely. It reminds me of a story that Abraham Hicks once said, and those who know Abraham Hicks, probably a story that they know, but those people who don't know her or them, I'm just gonna say it. And there was so the people who don't know Abraham Hicks, she is like a channel, and people give her a question, and she basically channels the answer. And somebody gave her a question once, saying, like, I've got a question, but everybody is discouraging me of giving you the question because apparently it's too stupid. And the question was like, why dogs, when they're in the car, they have their head stuck out, right? And they're like catching all the flies, but they're still loving it. And the ears are popping and the tongue is like going. And they were asking, like, how come they don't mind all those flies and stuff? And she said, it's the best question I ever got. And they don't mind because the ride is worthy. And I think it's like us, right? Like, we don't mind all these flies and everything because the ride is worth it.
The ride is, yep.
And it's so important to just remind us these things. Sometimes life hurts, and sometimes life isn't easy, and sometimes you get all this like unpleasant stuff, but like, keep smiling, right? And keep knowing you're going the right direction.
yeah, that's awesome. I love that story. That's really good. And it reminds me one I want to tell really quick, and that's what I just listened the other day with Shadu Guru, who said this, almost the same thing, like kind of the same thing. He said, you woke up today and you have a choice. You have two choices: to be miserable or not to be miserable. Which one do you choose? If you're smart and you have some intellect, which you do, you're never going to choose to suffer. Why would you choose that? That's stupid. But you go through the rest of the day letting little things nick at you, instead of just enjoying the ride. Starting, put a smile on your face. You have every right to put a smile on your face and enjoy the ride and choose and make that choice. And I thought, I was walking the other day reading that. And, I've been going through, we've talked about it, just some things, you got life and things stack up on you a little bit. And it's like, man, I thought to myself, I'm smarter than that. I'm smarter than that to let that affect me in that way. You know what I mean?
And I'm a female, so I'm going through my cycle, and some days are like happy because the hormones are just right, and some days like everything's dark and everything leads to like everything is like a horror.
Yeah.
And those days when something bad happens, you know, or bad, like something that doesn't feel good happens, you know, it drowns you a little bit more. And then I was thinking one day, like I had one of these days where I just wasn't happy and nothing could make me happy and whatever. And then I was thinking, what you actually complaining about? Okay, well, this happened and that happened. Yes, it doesn't feel good, but also all the other things happen and they're amazing. And that basically is one of the laws in psychology as well, that like 5 good things are fine, but that one bad thing happens and it wipes out the 5 good things. And then even in relationship, if let's say the woman says something bad to the man, she normally needs to say 5 good things to let that one bad thing to go away. So it's really also interesting. Like, of course, we believe in good and we believe that in positive attitude and creating the good. But actually, one bad thing can take away so many good things, and one bad thing can override so many good things if we let it. It's just the mentality we have. We have the ability, right, to let that stuff to take good stuff away.
I agree. And to me, that drives me nuts. I've always said that. I've always said, why do you let the one bad thing override every? What is that? I mean, that's not. You would think you're smarter than that. Like just being straightforward with that. Not. I do the same thing, so I'm not ripping. But what you think you'd be a little bit smarter than that. Why let one bad thing override the 5 bad things? I mean, that's what I've been working on myself personally, like really hard lately, to not do that anymore. To let the one bad thing, it's just a thought. It means nothing. Let it go and step away from it for a minute and analyze it. Step away from it in my own mind for like to the side of it and take a look at it. Why am I there? Screw that. You know what I mean? And that's
what if just an idea? What if this happens when we are not aligned with our life's purpose? So what if this happens when we're not aligned with what we're supposed to live? So maybe you like those 4 or 5 good things, but maybe you're not in your right space. So then maybe that one bad thing happens and it throws you off balance because you weren't in the balance in the first place. You might have been looking for the good stuff in your life, but maybe it wasn't the good stuff. So maybe those little annoyances basically show you that's because you're not on the right path. Like us right now, okay, we're not being successful at what we actually wanted to do, meaning like 10 minutes every day. But we actually don't mind, right? I'm still excited to see you. I'm still excited to try. And then I find out that I leave my phone on silent so you can't actually reach me. But it doesn't matter to me. And I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, we're going to make it happen. So maybe because you're in the right space, we don't mind these, like, and for us right now, it's like 10 bad things to make one good thing happen these 10 minutes. But we're in the right space, so we don't mind it. So maybe this happens when you're not in the right space.
Yeah, I agree. You're so right. Absolutely. And, you know, and it feels right when we're on here together and we're talking like this, it feels like it's the right thing. It's the truth. It's in line with the right thing to do. You know, it don't feel like it's not in the right, you know, if you feel that sometimes you do things and you're like, it just, and then you notice like you're more stressed out, you have anxiety and different things come on. And that's, to me, that's the signs right there that it's not right. You know what I mean? It's not right at all.
Yeah. So maybe that's maybe our 10-minute wisdom today. If one bad thing can override your 5 good experiences, think if you live the life you should be living, right? You and I speak about it quite often. We both feel like there should be more happening with us and we are headed that direction. But of course, to make all the big changes and adjust the life we have, you know, in our mid-40s. So it's like, oh my God, I want to do all these changes. Yes, I want, but it's a lot. And then you're basically like, yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. And you're like, wow, it's just like, you're right. We're getting older and it's like, do we really want to do that? You know what I mean? But why not?
You have to. I mean,
you have to.
That's the only way to live, right? To live a mediocre life, it's never going to bring any happiness.
It's the only way to live, right? I definitely am the person that don't want to be laying on my deathbed and being like, wish that, or what if, right? I don't want the what if. I don't want to say what if. I mean, you're always going to have maybe a little bit of what ifs. You can't escape it all, but I don't want to be major what ifs. No way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I want my only what if to be, what if I haven't made any of those changes, right? And I want the feeling to be like, oh my God, that would be so boring. You know, maybe I've gone through a lot of horrible stuff, but oh my God, like I'm actually so happy that I managed to overcome it all, right? And that only happens when we brave. And
correct. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Where are we
your
at?
your last few seconds. Tell us something.
Well, in my brain, I was thinking, what was the overall, like we usually come up, there's an overall theme. What the one thing about me and you is we don't start with any topic or anything. This is just off the cuff, right? So to speak, off our head, what comes out of our head. So we don't even start with a topic, but a theme always kind of comes out of this. And this theme of today was just basically there's going to be glitches and troubles and pains and hurts and different things, but don't focus on that one thing that destroys the rest of everything that's good. Remember, there's good stuff every day happening to you, and you got to switch your awareness to that. If you switch it to that, it'll eat up the one bad thing, because the bad thing is so good at destroying all the good stuff. And screw that. We're smarter than that. We're smarter than that.
Absolutely. And honestly, and let's add that one layer. And if it's not happening, if that one thing is keep on screwing your 5 good things, you're not on the right path, and find the right path.
Correct. Amen to that. Amen.
All right.
All right. Well, peace, love, with big love. Awesome 10-minute podcast.
Let me do this one.
Oh, I like that. I just do hang loose. Yo.
All right. All right. Love you. See you.
Love. Peace out. Big love. Later.